Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the birth guy's go-to guide for new dads, how to support your partner through birth, breastfeeding, and beyond, by Brian Salmon and Kirsten Brunner. Long title. I just finished this book. I'm sitting at work. It's 2 a.m. Yes, so for those of you guys who don't know, I work at a hospital. I work in patient transportation. Some of you guys ask, how am I able to do a lot of reading? This is how. It's because I work a night job, so not a whole bunch of patient moving going around. It allows me to read, allows me to get my schoolwork done. And I just finished this book, and I just decided I had to shoot it raw because, why would I be reading this book? Well, you are clicking on this video, very likely you found this through search, or you're someone who's already a subscriber, which means you might be on your way to becoming a dad. And congratulations, join the club. I myself am an expecting father. Me and my girlfriend are expecting here in July, so it's February right now. And we went to the library about a couple weeks ago and picked up some books. I've been obviously wanting to learn about how to be a dad, and I've also been doing a little bit of cooking, so you guys have probably seen some videos along those lines I've been posting, teaching myself how to cook, because I want to be able to cook for my family. But this book is, I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. For anyone who is expecting, this really is the go-to guide. I wish I would have picked it up earlier. We're in the second trimester right now, beginning of the second trimester, and I wish I would have started reading this book, the first week that I found out, because man, pregnancy is such an emotional roller coaster. The excitement, the fear, the new changes in body, the changes in the dynamics of your relationship, right? Like, so many things take place, especially during that early part of the pregnancy. Anyone who's watching this, maybe you haven't had a baby yet, maybe you've already had one, or maybe you're brand newly expecting, things are going to change. Things are going to be different. Your partner's their behavior is going to be different. Your own behavior is going to be different. So many things are going to change, and you have to, as the dad, as a guy, you have to be calm. You have to be, the rock. And this book really is just jam-packed with so much knowledge that, as guys, a lot of this, girls might read this book and be like, well, yeah, duh. But as guys, sometimes we just don't know a lot of this different information, and it really does take you, from the moment that you find out that you're expecting, how to be supportive of your partner. It brings you through, one of my favorite parts of the book is creating a I forgot what he calls it, but it's basically a birth plan, right? Coming up with a birth plan. And he allows you to start thinking about things that you haven't expected, things that you haven't even thought about. Who's going to be the mother's advocate in the waiting room or in the delivery room? Who's allowed in? What are you going to pack? What are you going to bring? Do you want to have an epidural or not? What's going to be the policies around picture taking, or trying to think of some of the other things that choosing a pediatrician, choosing different things like a doula. Do you want to do a home delivery? Are you going to do natural childbirth, or do you want to be, super medicated? There's so many different things, and one thing that you learn is there really is no right way to do things. There's only your way to do things. But I want to talk about, some of the things that I think a lot of people who are expecting and going through pregnancy, what you might be thinking about or what might be happening. I thought that the conversations and insights around your sexual activity through this book were just extremely helpful. One thing the author does is he uses antidotes from his experience as a doula and as a lactating consultant, right? So things are going to change. The emotions of the person you're with is going to change after they're pregnant. Some women, their sex drive increases. Sometimes their sex drive becomes nothing, and there's and maybe it changes at different points in the pregnancy. So, like, as guys, just being aware of that, and being aware, what do you say whenever she starts talking about, oh, I'm so fat, like, what do you say? Like, yeah, you are. No, you don't. You celebrate her and her body, and you try to be supportive of the growth, and you reassure her that you still think she's beautiful, and you're gonna be there for her. These very, very practical guides, and man, this book is just going to equip you with a vocabulary that you didn't have before. You're going to walk into the medical room, and you're going to not be scared of all the different terms. You're going to kind of trying to think of, you're going to know the difference between early labor and active labor. You're going to know you're going to know about the different sizes of the baby at different points in the weekly development. So I'm going to actually, I'm not going to actually read any excerpts. I do a lot of excerpt reading in these videos, but this time I'm not going to read any excerpts. Another part, I think I'm going to end this video. It actually went a lot longer than I expected it would. But one of the last sort of really valuable pieces of information in this book centered around breastfeeding, and like, what is latching, and what are the different stages of the breast milk, and what's the difference between breast milk and formula, and how do you make those decisions, right? You haven't even thought about how is your what things you need to have set up at home, or during that time, those 6 weeks immediately after the birth, when the baby comes home with you, mom's going to be very fatigued. She's going to be very busy. How do you support her? Do you get like a little bell that she can ring? There's going to be things that she used to do around the house, whether it be like cleaning or cooking. Suddenly she's not going to be able to do those things during pregnancy. Maybe it's her back hurts. Maybe because women's noses, they become more sensitive to smells, right? So maybe she doesn't like the certain smells of things, and your girl might become a little bit more testy. Personally, I found that Kennedy, my girlfriend, she became a lot more assertive. Like, she definitely started like kind of bossing me around a little bit, which before, I'm not necessarily the type of person you boss around. I'm very much kind of an independent type of dude, but she started like kind of like being a little bossy, and it was a change. But that's all part of the process, and you just have to take on those new things and continue to love and grow together. So yeah, I hope this was insightful. Expecting fathers definitely going to want to pick up this book. I wish I would have picked it up sooner. Like, could have saved a lot of headaches, could have saved a lot of stress, and just you become semi-expert. So definitely highly recommend this book. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Law.